is NBC 10 News at 6.
Hello and happy Halloween. I'm Chelsea Jones. Michelle is back next Monday. NBC 10 is your local election headquarters, and President Donald Trump will be heading to Monroe for the first time next week. He's the first sitting president to come to Monroe since Ronald Reagan in 1983. Maya Hudgens is live at the Monroe Civic Center where he will be hosting his rally. Maya?
Chelsea, the last time a sitting president came to Monroe was over 36 years ago. But next week, President Donald Trump will be right here at the Civic Center to rally for Republican candidate for governor, Eddie Rispone. The rally will be held next Wednesday, November 6th at 7 p.m. President Donald Trump held a rally ahead of the October 12th election in Lake Charles, campaigning for both Republican candidates for governor, Congressman Ralph Abraham and businessman Eddie Rispone. Now, Trump is endorsing Rispone in an effort to unseat Governor John Bel Edwards. In the past, you must arrive several hours early before the rally starts for security purposes. At this time, those specifics are unknown. Traffic patterns will be different next Wednesday as the airport en route to the Civic Center will be closed, and there will be a heavy police presence. The Civic Center can hold more than 7,000 people, so you can go to myarclemis.com to get your tickets. Live in Monroe, Maya Hudgens, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Thanks, Maya. Now, after we learned of the president's visit to Monroe, we reached out to his camp to get a thought from the president's on the president's visit. Spokesman Eric Hull said it's no surprise that when it's time for politicking, the president is doing what's expected of him in supporting a member of his political party. But when it comes time for governing, Governor Edwards will continue the good relationship he has with President Trump. And Governor Edwards has been to the White House 9 times to visit with the president on issues important to Louisiana like infrastructure, criminal justice reform, and the opioid epidemic. A Stop the Gun Violence Rally seminar was held for high school students today. It was all a part of a collaboration between Monroe Police Department's OK program and Save Youth program. NBC 10's Isabel Albritton tells us how students are feeling about guns. Isabel?
Chelsea, when asked why students feel the need to carry guns, students from both Wasman and Carroll high schools had the same answer: the fear of needing protection. Anger and pain filled the room as high school students spoke up about gun violence.
We shouldn't die by guns. We should die how God wants us to, and not by trying to be around and try to be in some deep. Because when you die, the hood that you claim is not going to be the case with you. You're going to be like
While some held back, others spoke out, including Lataria Moran, a Wasman High School student who recently lost a family member to gun violence. She spoke about the importance of reporting information to officials. One student said, the way to stop gun violence in Monroe is to turn to love rather than fear.
There is no fear of love. If we fear, being not made perfect in love, and to come together as a community, we need to love one another.
Students also wanted answers.
She said, how in the world can we change all these people when they got their own mind? Ain't no way. Let me tell you how we change everybody in this room. By changing themselves.
Students and officials agreed on one way to stop gun violence: education.
These people give you an education. The education is your way out. Selling drugs. That's not the way out. All they can be taken away from you. Go get your own. Well, can't nobody take that away from you. Can't nobody take your education away from you. Can't nobody take that away from you.
Officials say a seminar will also be held in November for the students of Neville High School. For now, live in the studio is Isabel Albritton, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Thanks, Isabel. The Ashley County Sheriff's Office initiated a search warrant that led to an arrest and over $40,000 worth of meth. Deputies arrested illegal alien Jose Chavez. Chavez was arrested for trafficking of a controlled substance. He is being held on a warrant from the Department of Homeland Security for illegal reentry along with a bond of $200,000. The Sheriff's Office says they've arrested 10 people and have taken approximately 2.5 more ounces of meth this week, but they say those recoveries aren't related to the Chavez arrest. 3 El Dorado men are facing charges for breaking and entering into unlocked vehicles. The Camden Police Department arrested 22-year-old Jacario Terry and Judas Bruins, along with 18-year-old Elijah Roberson. The 3 men are suspected to have broken into vehicles in Camden, Smackover, and El Dorado. They're being held at the Ouachita County Jail. Each is facing charges of breaking and entering, theft of a firearm, and theft of property. 8th grade math students in Louisiana have been improving over the last decade during the National Assessment of Educational Progress test. They've improved so much that they've climbed to #1 in the country. NBC 10's CJ Macklin tells us how they did it. CJ?
Yes, Chelsea, Louisiana ranks at the top this year in math proficiency scores in the National Assessment of Educational Progress. I spoke to a couple of 8th grade teachers about this big accomplishment for the state and for the district. Louisiana's 8th graders are ranked #1 in the nation in progression scores according to the National Educational Progress Test. It measures the reading and math proficiency of students across the United States. I spoke with the instructional math coordinator for Ouachita Parish Junior and High Schools on what this means for her school.
Oh, it's amazing for our entire district. It validates the changes that we've been making to just increase the rigor in the classrooms and to really prepare the kids for not just tests, even though that's important, but for math down the road and math in life.
Even the Louisiana State Superintendent of Education, John White, released a statement that quotes, "Louisiana ranks in the top 10 among all states for improvement on each of the 4 NAEP tests. This is further evidence that Louisiana's children are as smart and capable as any in America."
8th grade tends to be a whole new ballgame for them. They tend to start getting away from some of the basic fundamentals and start getting into a lot of the basics for algebra and trig and calculus and things like that.
Mrs. Patton and Ms. Tillman says math isn't their students' favorite subject, but they are trying to change that.
We are making some changes in that regard to make it more engaging for the students, to really give them some more hands-on, to help them understand not just how to do something, but why you do something that way in math. And when they understand the why, then they do better with the how.
Mrs. Tillman also said that since she's been there, math has always been a deficiency, but this year they actually got a chance to celebrate. In the studio, CJ Macklin, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Thanks, CJ. Well, great news, and we have more news after the break, but here's a quick look at your forecast.
Thanks, Chelsea. Most spots continue to see very chilly conditions across the region after cold front that finally cleared the area this morning. Freeze warning in place, some frosty mornings ahead. A full look at the forecast as NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
How would you like to consolidate your credit card bills, all loans, medical bills, all your bills into one payment of just $100 per month? That's the power of bankruptcy. If you qualify, just $100 per month. Call the bankruptcy specialist, E. Orem Young.
My name is Ann Booth. I'm the Medicare Marketing Manager at Blue Cross. I take care of our seniors. I help them find the right plan that fits their needs. I guess my grandparents were a big influence. We were very, very close, and they really helped me grow to know who I am today. So it is personal to me to take care of our seniors, and that's what Blue Cross is here to do.
I work for Entergy.
And I'm committed to my customers.
That means reliable,
affordable power.
Every year, we save our customers millions.
Buying wholesale power at the lowest available cost.
New natural gas power plants ensure lower prices for years to come.
And we're giving you smarter technology to take control of your bill. Entergy Louisiana rates are among the lowest in the state and the nation.
And I'm making sure they stay that way.
Because together,
we power life.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marshall Sanson of Sanson Family Medicine in West Monroe, Louisiana. You now have lots of choices for walk-in clinics here in town, so why choose us?
We have some of the shortest wait times in town with a friendly staff to help take care of you.
If you've not been to our clinic, come by and give us an opportunity. Once you have, you will not want to go anyplace else.
Our family taking care of your family. Sanson Family Medicine.
It is a great honor and with a lot of pride that I get the opportunity to introduce our speaker, Governor Bobby Jindal.
We have a major budget crisis in Louisiana.
$2 billion shortfall.
He's done a phenomenal job.
Drastic cuts are feared.
Students are worried about their TOPS funding.
I am so proud of what you've done.
Higher ed and healthcare are facing deep cuts.
That massive budget deficit.
Please help me in welcoming Governor Bobby Jindal.
Thank you all very much.
How would you like to consolidate your credit card bills, all loans, medical bills, all your bills into one payment of just $100 per month? That's the power of bankruptcy. If you qualify, just $100 per month. Call the bankruptcy specialist, E. Orem Young.
Visit Antique Alley for open house Sunday, November 3rd from 1 to 5.
News at 6 continues.
St. Francis Medical Center welcomes a new device for people who struggle with heart problems. It requires no open heart surgery and is completely safe to use. NBC 10's Hunter Elise joins us now to tell us how the device works. Hunter?
Chelsea, the Watchman device is brand new for Northeast Louisiana and is used for patients who have atrial fibrillation or have recently had a stroke. AFib is a condition where an irregular heartbeat can lead to blood clots or even worse, a stroke. To treat AFib, doctors usually prescribe blood thinners. However, the Watchman is a new way doctors can treat this condition. The Watchman device stops the blood from entering the heart and reduces the risk of a patient suffering from a stroke.
We put a small catheter in the groin, patient's groin, and when the catheter goes all the way to the heart, goes to the left side, deploys the device, which looks like a small umbrella, and opens in the appendage.
St. Francis says they're excited to bring new modern technology to our area. In the Media Control Center, Hunter Elise, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Thanks, Hunter. A new oil well is making its way to downtown Norflet, Arkansas. NBC 10's Gabrielle Pfeiffer spoke with the mayor about how the oil industry has been a special part of this town's history.
From the old...
Right across the street is an oil well that was drilled in 1925.
To the new.
Approximately 100 years later, we're drilling an oil well in the same location at the same depth.
And all the magic is happening in the heart of downtown Norflet, in the eyes of Norflet's young and brightest. The middle school students had the chance to view the oil wells and learn the history of how their small town made a name for itself.
A lot of the students had never got to experience seeing an oil well drilled. We have them downtown. They notice them, but they don't realize the impact. The reason Norflet is here because of the oil industry.
Many of the students, like Abby Brewer, said they were quite impressed.
Norflet was really founded on oil, and it's just really cool to come out here and see where the town kind of started, just to experience it. It was something really awesome.
The Long Brothers Oil Company will produce the oil to refineries right in Union County. One of the owners said the sand in the area is what makes the oil so unique.
And the Natchitoches sand, it's been here since for 95 years. It's such a strong sand that there's really not a sand like it in the country.
The company says they hope the new oil well can also last 4 centuries. In Norflet, Gabrielle Pfeiffer, NBC 10, your local news leader.
The old oil well is still pumping after almost 100 years. Both wells will each make approximately 5 to 8 barrels a day. Well, it's chilly, and we'll have a full look at your forecast when we come back.
News sponsored by Don Killen's Country Village.
Friday on NBC 10 News today, looking for something fun to do this weekend. We have the CVB coming in to tell us what's happening in town.
And will this chilly weather stick around? We'll have the latest on this forecast happening Friday starting at 5 on NBC 10.
How do I use better than bouillon? I just add a spoonful to my marinades.
To stir fries?
Sauces.
Just whisk it in.
Brush it on.
Saute. It adds a cooked all day taste.
That doesn't take all day.
Better than bouillon. Don't just make it better.
Heavenly hand cream. Heavenly hand cream? My hands get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief of dry, cracked hands. Thanks to O'Keeffe's, I got my hands back.
Well, it's been a good start to the game today, Bo.
We're here in the middle of it all, Nick. Doesn't get much better than this.
Looks like they're bringing in the big guns for this play.
Started in the middle, but they're really spreading it out. They're going to have to take that all the way out to the edge. Hey!
It's in.
Tackle your hunger with Johnny's Pizza House's newest pizza, the Muffaletta Pizza. A winning combination of salami, ham, olive mix, and mozzarella cheese. Share a slice of Louisiana at Johnny's Pizza House.
Spooky low prices, scary low financing, a monstrous selection of new Hyundais.
It's all here at the Mercedes Hyundai Wing. A Santa Fe, $23,880. A Tucson, $21,880. A Kona, $19,880. A Sonata, $18,880. A Veloster, $16,880. An Elantra, $15,880. And an Accent, just $12,880. Shop at MercedesHyundai.com. No tricky deals here. It's Hyundai Wing, where it doesn't take a big payday to buy it in Mercedes Hyundai in West Monroe.
I think most who know me will tell you that I don't run negative campaigns. I run campaigns based on facts. Here's what you need to know. Jay Morris has authored or supported 17 bills that increase taxes for businesses and consumers. My record on keeping taxes lower for businesses is out there for anyone to see. But you can't rely on a foreclosure lawyer running for a Senate seat to be the source for the truth. I think you'll agree, we don't need any more pro-tax lawyers in the Senate.
News sponsored by Communa Health Services. New name, same quality care. The Radar, sponsored by bankruptcy attorney E. Orem Young. Now, your local weather with Chief Meteorologist Jaron Floyd.
Look at the live storm tracker off the radar, brought to you by E. Orem Young. Skies have cleared quickly. Most of the rain moved east to the Mississippi River. It was about 5:30, maybe 5 o'clock this morning. The last of the clouds moved out 8, 9 o'clock along the Mississippi River Valley, and we were happy to see them go. A little bit of sunshine today and some drier conditions after what is a very soggy month of October. It got us back out of the drought conditions in most locations, so a little bit of good news there. Across the region, not much. A few high clouds skirting east across the Mississippi River, but other than that, skies have really cleared out over the last 12 hours or so, paving the way to a chilly night tonight. Most spots will be in the 40s for trick-or-treaters, so make sure that they're staying warm in any way possible. Maybe an extra layer under or over the costumes. Get creative with it if you have to. Either way, winds out of the northwest tonight will generally become calm. That high-pressure center slides east. And really here in the short term, we expect a weak cold front to pass through early Saturday morning, and that's really the only significant changes to our forecast, is that will kind of keep temperatures where they are, but it also keeps the dry conditions in place. So the drought monitor has changed drastically. Most of us never saw extreme drought conditions, but we did see a lot of severe drought conditions across the region. This was refreshed today, and with the new drought monitor, we do still have some moderate drought conditions, so to speak, but when you look at the rain totals over the last 30 days, we've really done a number on a lot of the dry ground in place across the area. But according to the monitor itself, still have some moderate drought conditions across the river parishes. Temperatures across the region, again, already at 49 at Shreveport, 45 in Little Rock, 41 in Memphis, 50 in Monroe. But again, you zoom in, and many spots are already in the mid to upper 40s. So again, trick-or-treaters already out and about. Make sure that they're staying bundled up. Expect temperatures likely in the low 40s as you wrap things up later on tonight. Eventually going to the low 30s, but that'll be closer to daybreak tomorrow. No trick-or-treaters will be out then, at least I hope not. Clear and cold overnight. And again, football fans expect kickoff for OCS and St. Fred, probably a temperature of about 46, 47 degrees, probably ending the game maybe at 40, maybe even in the upper end of the 30s. So again, make sure that you're staying warm out there as well. Mid to upper 50s for highs tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, winds light out of the east through the course of the day. And that next weak cold front arrives on Saturday morning. Again, it doesn't make a big difference in terms of temperatures. We'll climb back into the upper 50s for highs on Saturday. Sunshine prevailing, morning lows in the low to mid 30s. Some patchy frost, obviously still a possibility over the next few mornings, even though we stay above the freezing mark. Mid to upper 60s for highs Monday, Tuesday of next week. Back to near 70 by next Wednesday, or at least close to it. Some scattered showers could join the party by this time next week. But overall, pretty quiet upper level pattern will keep the rain chances very limited over the next 7 days. Make sure that you're staying warm safely overnight. Of course, first big cold air blast across much of the region. Make sure that everything is top-notch and all the heaters and everything in working order. A preview of OCS St. Fred and a look at more sports headlines with Chris Demersion right after the break.
Max Fresh Market. We're all about fresh.
Hi, I am Rick
Reggie McDaniel with your local hometown Max Fresh Market. Friday night football is a family tradition. We can make that more enjoyable with a tailgate trade. Remember to be safe. Have a great season. We thank you for your support to our family.
Max Fresh Market. We're all about fresh.
I'm really angry at John Bell Edwards taking money from open borders extremists.
Free taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal immigrants. Edwards even opposed efforts to ban funding for sanctuary cities. And Edwards opposed President Trump's full immigration plan to secure our borders.
John Bell Edwards lied to the people of Louisiana. You've got to vote John Bell Edwards out.
Paid for by RGA Right Direction PAC.
Eddie Rispone takes aim at fellow Republican Ralph Abraham.
An ad released by Eddie Rispone is filled with, quote, baseless personal attacks.
You know those ads you're running against me and my family are lies. When you stand up here and tell blatant lies to the good people of Louisiana, you're the politician, not me.
We just can't trust phony Eddie Rispone.
It's just not right. You know it.
Eddie Rispone says,
I know what it takes to create jobs. I know how to fill those jobs for Louisiana citizens.
oh really? It's Rispone who got caught trying to hire foreign workers when Louisiana's unemployment was one of the highest in America. And Rispone's company benefited from over $500 million in corporate tax breaks intended to create Louisiana jobs, but only resulted in 19 new hires. Phony Eddie Rispone. He's not for you. Paid for and authorized by Gumbo Pack.
Call Creed & Creed today. We're your local injury attorneys.
Now, your local sports with Chris Demersion.
Greetings from OCS. It's Fitzhugh Field. Hey, breaking news. It is still cold out here. It's only going to get colder, so bring a poncho, bring a jacket, bring whatever you have to stay warm. Before we talk about OCS and St. Francis, we'll honor this week's Beast of the Week. It's brought to you by Creed & Creed and All-Star Trophies.
And now it's time for the Beast of the Week.
What a year it has been for Faraday. The Trojans have rolled to a 7-1 record on the year after their big 58-6 win last week against Mangum, and are currently the top-ranked team in 2A. Huge reason why has been their two-headed attacker Byron Milligan and Kobe Dillon. The pair combined for over 450 yards of offense and 6 touchdowns. What's up with it, folks? We're back at it again with another Beast of the Week winner. And this week it goes to Byron Milligan and Kobe Dillon from Faraday High School.
These are two special players. They're very talented. They come to work every day. They love the game. That's what makes them special. When they have the ball in their hand, they're looking to score it every time. So it's a great blessing to have these two kids because they work hard and they love the game.
I mean, it was a big win because it's a championship award. It feels great to be me and my team. We came out here, we got to do.
How about that? A double Beast of the Week. Congrats to those guys from Faraday. Really, really good group of kids down there. Again, here at OCS's Fitzhugh Field, big matchup between both of these squads. If you recall, last year, St. Fred's won in a thriller 24-21. Their first victory over the Eagles since 2003. Looking for back-to-back wins, just winning 3 straight from 93 to 95. Eagles this year are cruising 7-1. 5-0 in district play. Coach Fitzhugh's team is averaging 47 points in each of their victories. Meanwhile, the Warriors are 5-3, 2 games behind the Eagles in the district standings. Caught up with both coaches, they explain each other's strengths. Stephen Fitzhugh pointed out St. Fred's Pat Johnson.
He's just a tremendous gifted athlete. I mean, that's the thing, again, whether it's offense or defense. Defensively, he by himself had 3 interceptions against us in the 4th quarter last year. So, again, he's a playmaker on defense, just a tall, rangy kid that can run.
They have really good skill players on offense, obviously. Quarterback starts with him. They have good running backs, have great receivers. And offensive line plays hard, so it's going to be a big challenge for us on defense. But we expect our guys to come out and play hard.
This sets up a big week of high school football. We'll have you covered tomorrow night, 10:15 on NBC Channel 10, KTVE, and at 11 o'clock on Fox 14, Football Friday Night Extra. Again, anyone out there, bring me hand warmers, hot chocolate, or a parka. I need something that is freezing. We'll have more Chelsea and Jared up next on Channel 10.
Think you've got this season figured out? Then your picks could win you a trip for two to Hawaii. Enter the Pro Football Challenge. Register for your chance to win at myarclamis.com. Brought to you by Floorworks, Homeland Bank, Fast Serve Medical, and Guerrero & Guerrero.
He's a career politician and a trial lawyer. As governor, John Bel Edwards has created more trial lawyers than jobs, frivolous lawsuits, trial lawyers getting rich, car insurance skyrocketing. John Bel Edwards, too liberal for Louisiana.
There's a reason people come here. It begins with a handshake and becomes so much more. We're more than a dealership. We focus on giving you a great experience, not just behind the wheel, but in all that we do, from service to sales to relationships. At Jim Taylor, we don't just say we care, we show it to you, your family, and our community. So come experience what we're all about. Find new roads at Jim Taylor Chevrolet.
Thanks to Governor Edwards expanding Medicaid, I didn't have to choose between getting cancer treatment or going bankrupt. Now I'm working full-time again and can afford private insurance. But his opponent's plan would take health care coverage away from hundreds of thousands of working people who need help just like I did. You may not have to vote like your life depends on it, but know that someone's does.
Afraid you owe too much on your car? Afraid of past credit problems? Afraid you'll need a big down payment?
Do not be afraid. It's Interstate's monster of a sale. A Ram 1500 Crew Cab, $12,000 off. A heavy-duty Crew 4x4, $8,000 off. A 1500 Quad Cab, $22,990. Charger, $22,990. A Cherokee, $18,990. A Cherokee, $17,990. A Renegade, $16,990. Get monster savings now at Interstate Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in West Monroe.
Liberal John Bel Edwards. He pardoned or commuted nearly 200 violent criminals, including those convicted of murder, child molestation, and rape. Then too many struck again. John Bel Edwards, too liberal for Louisiana.
Next DT, only we're behind the scenes with Heidi Klum before her Halloween costume reveal.
I will have a very hard time walking.
Then never get ghosted again. Next DT.
For something old or something new, Cottonport Antique Mall.
Final look at the 7-day forecast, mid to upper 50s for highs as we head through the upcoming weekend. Could peak back into the low 60s on Sunday. We'll be back near the freezing mark to kick things off tomorrow morning, so bundle up accordingly and be careful with those trick-or-treaters out there tonight. Generally, zonal flow-off means very little in the way of storm systems and a general warm-up as we head into the first of next week, with morning lows in the mid to upper 40s at that point, maybe some scattered showers by this time next week.
Well, NASA is getting into the Halloween spirit. The space agency is sharing this photo of a massive star that looks like a jack-o'-lantern. NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope captured the image, which shows a cloud of gas and dust carved out by the stars. Researchers call the area Jack-o'-lantern Nebula. NASA's multicolored image shows the combinations of wavelengths. They also included that pumpkin outline so that you can better spot that pumpkin jack-o'-lantern.
Looks great.
We keep forgetting that it actually is even Halloween.
We've kind of zoned out. I guess as you become adults, it's just...
Oh, I'm an adult, Mom. I'm an adult.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You made it.
Well, be sure to join us back here tonight for 10 at 10 on 10. Have a great night until then.